one thing that you need to become very familiar with is how to look up the documentation for various functions that you may be using. So I'll show you how to do that right now. So up here there's a button where the tooltip says View Product Documentation. So if we click on that, then it opens up to this page which shows you documentation for various features of MATLAB which you have installed. So if we want information on the core MATLAB, then we click on that link, and you see there are some headings here for various features that we may want to know about. So language fundamentals, if I expand that, then we can look at something. So I'll show you, for example, operators, and we may want to know about arithmetic operators, and then here you see various functions for purposes of doing arithmetic. So you can click on any one of these functions, click on this main heading for example, and it gives you an overall description of the various operators which are available. So you can just browse through the documentation here and find various things sort of grouped by categories like you see here, so mathematics functions and so on and so on. Now another thing that you're going to want to do quite often is go straight to the page for a particular function. So up here there's a box where it says search documentation, so we click in there. Let's say we want documentation for the if-else structure, so I'll just type in if, press enter, let it search, and here it is, page for if, else, and so on. And so the way that the structure of these pages is, you'll see a heading at the top here which is typically the name of the function, then a one-line description, a summary of the syntax that you would use to call that function or to use that particular language feature, then some description, typically some examples of how it could be used, and then some related functions here, and these are links that you can click on to read more about it. So you could also get to that page in the command window here by typing in doc and then the name of the function. So that takes us back to that page. If you know the name of a function directly, then you can open it up. So here's a function called rand_i, will generate uniformly distributed pseudo-random integers. That's the one-line description, and here is some more details of the specifics. So the syntax here, what this means is that these are various ways to call the function. So you can use it like this, or like this, or like this, and so these are all different options which you have. And then in the description down here they describe the meaning of each of those different ways to use that function. And there are some examples which you can read here, and then some related functions also shown at the bottom there. So you can get a shortened version of this directly in the command window by typing help and then the name of a function, and so you see here is the same information but just printed directly to the command window rather than opened up in a separate window.